Hi guys, Mark Nicholson here again. So in today's video, what I want to talk to you about is something that I recommend everyone kind of does before they ever start thinking about running any type of ads, whether or not it's Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads. So these are just three things that I kind of recommend everyone kind of does just to think what to think about to help them obviously make the most out of their ad. So what I'm about to share with you guys will help you utilize any type of ads platform of your choice and also help you get the best return on investment you can from your marketing spend on that ad. So why am I covering this topic? So what I find with a lot of people is that there's some certain issues whenever people are running ads and they don't think before they act. They kind of just think, oh, well, everyone else is doing it, so we'll just kind of go in. And they end up going in blind without really knowing what they're doing or why they're doing it, or how to actually make the most out of the ad, out of their complete campaign in the first place. They've got nothing to measure against. They don't actually know how to measure the results. They don't actually have a goal, a particular goal for the ad, whether or not that's a fixed goal. So obviously a goal should be like measurable and specific. Generally, most people might just think, I want to run this ad to sell this product, and that's like as far as it goes, or I want to run this ad to build lists, but without actually putting any type of goal on it. So for instance, saying, well, look, I'm going to run this ad, I'm going to spend £100 on it, and my goal is to make £200 back. Something along those lines. So most people don't actually have that goal. And they're not actually too sure on who they're targeting either. So when it comes to like their clients, their customers, a lot of business owners haven't actually worked out who their ideal clients are, who specifically are they targeting, whether or not it's cold traffic, warm traffic, or hot traffic, because obviously each type of traffic source has to have a bespoke message to attract that type of traffic. Because if it's a warm or hot traffic, they generally already know who you are, what type of products you're doing, and how you can help them. So that would be a completely different message to whether or not you were trying to attract cold traffic into your campaign to try and sell them your products or services. And obviously another point is how they can maximize the return on investment through utilizing sales funnels to make sure that they get the best return on their investment. Things you can do that, so that comes into the maths behind the ad and what's their break even point and how much can they spend per click, per lead, and so on. And I'll go into some of that information later on as well. But please be aware though, like this is not an exhaustive list, of course, of things that you should do before running an ad. There's quite a lot to do. Facebook has some great tools themselves and some great checklists of what you should do before running an ad. But these are among some of the top things that I kind of recommend people should think about when they're first getting started. So first things first is know exactly who you're targeting, who your ideal customers are. And what I'm going to do for you guys here is I'm actually going to give you a free download that can help you get started with this. So if you've got no idea if you've never done this process before, working out who your ideal client is, your ideal client, what you should think about here is what product or service do you have to offer, and what problems do you solve for your clients? What type of problems are they currently experiencing? How can your products and services solve that? But also when it comes to, let's say, running an ad, you need to know who your client is in regards of the demographic, what they do for a living, are they married, where do they live, what are they interested in, what age group are they, what gender are they, and what do they do for a living, do they have children, what's their job title, are they educated to a university level or not. There's so many different things when it comes to this. The interesting talk about what books, who else do they follow, and what films do they like to watch, and what sports are they interested in. So if you really know who your ideal client is and can define it and really narrow in on it, this will massively help with your marketing, and especially with your ad spend. Because with your ad spend, you don't want to be targeting people everywhere and anywhere. You want to be targeting just your ideal niche customer audience who you can really help solve their problems with your products and services. And if you know what their products and services are, that helps you then to create your ad copy. So what you want to be seeing in the ad to capture their attention, and what type of image to use in the ads to stop them in their tracks when they're busy scrolling through their Facebook feed. These type of things really massively help. And it's hard to kind of do any of these things without first really and truly understanding who your ideal client is and what problems you're helping them solve. So as mentioned, what I'll do for you is I'll pop a link in the description where you can download a free guide. It's pretty much a template to help you guys define your own type of target audience, so you can really get clear in your mind exactly who it is you're targeting, and then that'll help you kind of build up your ad campaign. The second thing that I generally talk about is setting up a sales funnel. So don't just kind of go into and creating your ads without having a sales funnel on the back end. So obviously it's all well and good kind of creating the ad and directing people to a particular page on your website. However, what you want to be doing is you want to be maximizing your return on investment through your ad spend, and you want to at least be breaking even on your ad spend. And so, you don't want to be spending it if it's costing you £1 for every new lead you get in the product you're selling is worth £100 on the back end of the funnel. You need to know the maths behind this to make sure that you're breaking even. But with your sales funnels, obviously your sales funnel has a few different areas and steps depending on who exactly is you're targeting. Because again, if you're targeting cold traffic, warm traffic, or hot traffic, your sales funnel can be completely different for each type of one. We'll use the idea of targeting cold traffic because most people will be targeting cold traffic with their ad. The general steps are you have some type of lead magnet, so something that captures the interest of your target audience in the first step. And this is generally something either free or something of very low cost value to your target audience. And that is to reduce so there's no risk on their behalf. So, if you ask somebody for money in exchange for something else, there's a risk that it's not worth the money, that it's a bad investment, that they've made the wrong decision, and then they might have buyer's remorse. Whereas you give them away something for free, and number one, you are building your list because you're going to get more people download that. So you get more people on your list, which is great because that's one of the main things you'll want to be achieving out with this. And number two, you're presenting yourself with an opportunity to start building a relationship with them in the back end. And so, yeah, okay, you might not have met this person up to this point, but now they've downloaded your free thing, whatever that is, ebook, guide, video course, whatever it is that you want, that can help your customers solve their problem. Then you have an opportunity to really build a relationship with them in the follow-up. So when it comes to the follow-up emails that you do, whether or not you get them to come and join your group or Facebook, whether or not you then book in a call with this person to help them further with the problems. It all starts with this first process, this first step, this lead magnet, getting them to download that and getting them to enter the funnel at this step. There's no risk for them at this point. All they've got to do is maybe just give you an email address, whatever type of information you require for them to get this free thing, and you're immediately helping them solve a problem that they have. So you immediately give them value. You're immediately showing that you're an expert at what you do. The next step after that is to give them an offer, some type of one-time offer potentially at this point. So it's a special offer. It's kind of like the next step up your value ladder, let's say. So this freebie is, it's low value. It's got no cost, so it's kind of like your bottom end. The next step up your value ladder is something with a little bit more value, a little bit more of a cost. And what you're doing at this point is you're taking advantage of those buyers who have downloaded that first thing and who want that extra help, who need that extra step to get to the next level, and who are in a bit of a buying mood. And because you've kind of built a bit of rapport on that first page, because you've given them something for free, they're more willing to come and then take another chance with you on the next page, especially if you've already shown some type of good customer testimonials on there, and you've got some good feedback, and you're really identifying what their problem is. You're really identifying how you can help them solve that problem. Getting really specific. So this again comes back to knowing exactly who your target audience is and who your customer is, what problems they have, and how you can solve it. With this next page being an offer, this is where you obviously make a little bit of money. This is where you start recouping your ad spend back on this page. So let's say that they go onto this page and you get 10% people kind of go on to buy this thing. So 10% of the guys who have downloaded the free ebook, let's call it, and go on to then now purchase this next step, which is not a one-time offer or just some type of offer. The ones who kind of buy this, what we can do with them then, the next part of your funnel, it could be as simple as what's known as a bump offer. What a bump offer is when they're in their checkout, sitting there in checkout, putting in their card details in, a bump offer will present them with a little opportunity, just say, just tick this box here, and you'll also get this little extra add-on thing. This is pretty much when you go to the till and the cashier or the checkout person says to you, do you want any of these special price goods here? Some people will say, oh yeah, I'll grab that chocolate bar or something. Some won't, but it's the same principle. But what this is doing with you, this is again helping you recoup some of that ad spend to capture this lead, capture this customer, and again to provide more value to them and to help them solve yet another problem, or to take them to the next step, to help them further along their journey by simply all you have to do is just check a little box and check out, and it's done. they go straight through the checkout, and that could give you, an extra £10 on this customer transaction. Let's say it could be anything you want on there, a book, or maybe it's just, if you sold them one product, maybe it's, if they check on here, they get a special option to then get 2 products of the same thing. It can be anything you want depending on your industry. So let's say the customer's gone through them steps now. They've purchased that, they've downloaded the free thing, and they've then bought your one-time offer, they've clicked the bump offer upsell, or they haven't, whatever it is. Generally, the next thing that you can do is then offer what's known as a one-click upsell. One-click upsells are fantastic purely because they don't require the customer to put in any more details. It's simply the next level up your value ladder yet again. Something of a little bit more value, a little bit more cost, but more valuable to them. It could be more of a done for you thing. So the first couple of things could be, here's some information, here's how to do it yourself. Whereas this step could be more of, I'll help you do that. We'll hold your hand, or we'll go along and do that with you. But all they have to do at this point is just say yes or no at this. And if they say yes, it's immediately taken their order, so they don't have to then go back in and say and enter the card details, enter the shipping address, their name, and so on and so on. It's just immediately done for them. So that's why it's called a one-click upsell, because it's just one click and they've kind of bought it. But if you can add all these type of things together, not even going into the follow-up sequence where you've got more and more opportunities to sell there, which is all thanks to just this free thing that they downloaded at the first point. If you didn't have that free thing, you just immediately try and sell them something at that point. Yes, you might, you make some initial money, but you still don't make as much money when it comes to it compared to this type of funnel, and you definitely don't build as big of a list of leads you can then sell to in the follow-up. However, the people who do go through and purchase, let's say, all these three things, or maybe it's just 2 of them, or maybe just 1 of them, it all helps towards getting you to your break-even point when it comes to your ad spend. And also, it helps build the relationship with the customer. The customer is then, whichever one of your customers have bought all these 3 things, massively now trusts you, and all you have to do is deliver to continue that relationship written strong, and then you can then retarget that particular customer that's bought all 3 with yet an even higher offer. You could do retargeting on your Facebook ads, and maybe if somebody's kind of only purchased the first level thing, you can then use a retargeting ad on them to then get them to the next level, or maybe sell them on a different product or service that you have that goes with what they've already got, but maybe it's got a slight different twist on it, or maybe it could just be the copy or the ad itself that is explaining what they do, how that product or service can help them in a different way. Again, just trying different copies to see what works for your target audience. And obviously, once they've gone through all this, you'll give them access to whatever it is you give them access to. You'll thank them on the thank you page. I'd recommend you then obviously try and get them to go join you, follow you on your social platforms, whether it's YouTube, whether you have a Facebook group, Instagram page, Facebook page, whatever it is. And then comes your follow-up email sequence. And what I always say is you should be generally looking to have at least 30 days worth of email sequence follow-up. Use the KARTRA principle when it comes to your email follow-up as a 3-to-1, as in content versus pitch, sales pitch. So 3 pieces of content for every kind of 1 sales pitch you do. It's creating your email follow-up, and it definitely works quite well. Obviously, kind of every email you kind of create should have some type of call to action to it, but a lot of them call to actions could just be book a call with me, or come and join us on our group, or here's another free goodie that you can use, something like that. But what I'll also do as just before there, so I would say before that I'll give you the template, the template to help you kind of work out who your ideal customer is, what type of problems they have. It's just pretty much answer the questions, and it gives you a much more clarity on who your ideal customer is and what problems you're solving. But what I'll do with this as well, I'll give you guys pretty much a checklist to start building up your sales funnel. So it's a step-by-step process to kind of what you have to go through to help you kind of build your sales funnel. Again, that's another downloadable thing, so you can kind of work through that, and at each level you can kind of cross off, say, I've done that, I've completed that step, move on to the next step. I'll pop that in the description as well, so you guys can go download that as well. So the final thing I want to talk about is what's known as calculating your potential break-even point. However, to do this, I will need to kind of show you guys it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the PowerPoint presentation just to kind of walk you through the steps of doing this. It just makes it a bit easier rather than me trying to explain it to you. Some type of visual is always better, but this will help you obviously kind of know what your conversion rates are, You know, work out how much the total order value of something would be, or your average order value, and then also kind of work out your break-even point. So this will help you work out, you know, how many potential leads and opt-ins you need to get in, at what cost, and before it, you know, it becomes break-even or becomes profitable or unprofitable, and to kind of run this ad, and how you can kind of optimize your ad to kind of work correct on that. So I'll head over to the PowerPoint now, and I'll show you that. So I'll see you in a second. So hi guys, yeah, Mark Nicholson back again here, just to kind of show you guys what I was talking about before when it comes to the break-even point, and working out and calculating this for your ad spend, so you kind of know exactly what figures you need to be aiming for, and when it comes to your marketing spend. This is obviously a part of the sales funnel process that I was talking about. So as you can see on the screen here in front of us, what I've got is we've got a typical sales funnel. It's pretty much the same sales funnel process that I just kind of talked you guys through there before. So what we've got a traffic source, and we've got the free giveaway, ebook, some type of guide or video. We've then got our product that we offer to the people, and once they can download the ebook. We've then got our bump offer and our one-click upsell, which is a £97 offer. So we've kind of already worked out our average order value here. And if you're unaware of how to kind of do that, the correct steps is, so what we're looking for is the average order value starting at this. So for every person that comes and buys our first product, what is the average order value across the board if they purchase it all? And we do this by knowing our conversion rate at each page, on each step even. So as you can see here, we've got our product offer, which, you know, converts at 3%, which isn't quite necessary for this process. So that's worth £27. However, the bump offer, we're only converting that at 20% on the bump offer. So that's 10 times the 20%, which is £2. And then again, same thing. So the conversion rate of the final point is 10%. 10% of the traffic. However, this is 10% of the traffic from our product offer that goes straight there, because the bump offer is when they've already kind of decided that they're going to purchase this product. That's just at the checkout process, as I was describing before, where they'll be. So we're taking the conversions from this channel over, from the conversion rate from the one-time offer to the one-click upsell straight away. So anyways, that converts at 10%. So that's worth £97 times 10%, which is £9.70. So what we've got to do is, obviously, we're going to add all this up. So the £27 plus the £2 plus £9.70 gives us our average order value across the board of all three products of £38.70. And you know, if you compare that to if you didn't have the bump offer or the product offer or the one-click upsell offer on the back end there, you know, that would actually, the average order value would only be £27, because you're only offering the one thing, the one service, the one product, whatever it is. But by adding on these a couple of additional products and capturing those customers who are eager buyers who want problem solved immediately, we've now bumped up that average order value. Means that you can spend more. You can spend £11.70 more on your ad spend to capture, you know, to make it a profitable budget. But we'll talk about more of that now. So, and what we kind of want to work out here for our next steps is cost per leads. And this is cost per leads from the people who are downloading the free ebook, the guide, whatever it is. And bit of maths here, so bear with us. So what we need to do is we need to try and find out N. So N is you know, how many leads does it take for us to come in before we can generate a customer. Okay, so the calculation is N times 3%, because we're converting at a 3% rate on our one-time offer, equals one customer. So a bit of jigging around, a bit of moving the numbers around. And what we've done is we've took the times 3% across that side of the equals sign, which makes it a divide. That's just how maths works. So N equals 1 divided by 0.03, which is the same as 3%. So what this gives us is then N equals 33 opt-ins per customer purchase. So what that means is, on average, we should see 33 people opt in to that lead magnet, that free giveaway, per customer we get, because obviously we're converting at a 3% rate. So now what we want to do is work out the break-even point though. And to do this, we need to know the average order value, what we've already got there, and also we need to know how many opt-ins per customer we get. And again, what we do is we divide the two. So we divide the average order value by the number of opt-ins per customer, which gives us our cost per lead, which is £1.17 in this scenario. So what that means is for every lead that we capture on our first page, we can pay up to £1.17 for that lead, because we know we'll convert another 3% on the next page, that eventually our average order value goes through to make us £38.70. So when you're looking at your Facebook ad statistics and you're measuring your conversion rate on this at this step, you need to make sure that you're tracking the cost per lead and not so much the cost per click or cost per impressions, let's say. And because obviously the whole goal of this is to generate the leads, to capture that information, and then to drive those through the funnel. So if your cost per lead is less than £1.17, you've got a profitable marketing campaign here. And that's without even the back end stuff, so the follow-up email sequences or your follow-up communications and relationships that you're going to build with this customer. So that's fantastic. So anything below there is more profit. If you're spending £1.17 dead on, it's a break-even funnel, which again is still fantastic because it's technically a free lead. And every month on average, a lead is worth somewhere around about £1. And if utilized correctly through marketing, through your follow-up email sequences. So what this means, if I just move my little image out the way there. So what this means is that you can spend up to £38.70 per customer or £1.17 per opt-in lead. And those are key metrics for you to be able to know and to measure when running your ad campaign. But obviously when kind of building your funnels though and building your processes, you need to kind of know what conversion rates you're converting at. So again, you need to have that data, that analytics on your page, and it will take thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of people kind of going through your funnel before you get accurate data on your page. But obviously from industries, you can pull some industry standards. And if you're working with, if you're working like people like myself, who's built quite a lot of funnels like this before, we kind of have a good idea of number one, obviously how to build a funnel, how to build the landing pages for optimum conversion, what works, what doesn't work well in certain industries and with certain products or services that you sell, at certain price points, what type of language to use, what colors to use for your button, and what kind of wording to use in the call to actions, and so on, and how to lay out pages. All these things can obviously affect your conversion rate of the pages throughout your funnel. But this is an example. So once you kind of have your numbers, your numbers, you can really get an accurate measurement of this. But obviously it will take some time to kind of generate this. So yes, maybe your ad spend, you might be spending a bit more upfront initially. However, for ad spend, £1.17 for this funnel is actually quite good. So that's quite a lot of money per lead that you can pay in there. And obviously you've got to remember that this is just break even, and this doesn't include any of the other services that you can sell them down the line. This is only like the top product here is £97. What's to say that your next offering isn't £2,000, isn't £600? And that alone will massively make the whole point of getting this lead massively profitable, and that obviously makes this campaign itself massively profitable. So if you get another 2 or 3% of everyone that goes through this funnel and takes up your high package, and wow, it's been well worth your time. And obviously those are figures that you can equate into this type of funnel. However, you don't want to obviously you don't want to make up numbers too much. You don't want to kind of get accurate measurements. And if you're starting off, just start with this. Try to get some ideas of what type of conversion rates, type of pages are for your industry, because each industry does change a little bit. But if you do need any help with this, please feel free to take a screenshot of this right now so you can have the calculations working out there. And if you do need any help, please feel free to reach out as well. But for now, I'll head back over and I'll speak to you in a sec again. So now you know some of the things you should be thinking about before you go into running a Facebook ad or whatever platform of your choice that you're running ads on. You'll be much more prepared now. You'll be able to measure your results better, as well as get better results from your marketing investments through knowing your numbers, through running Facebook ads, and through running a sales and marketing full sequence, and through knowing exactly who your ideal client is. However, remember, if you want to, I've put those links in the descriptions for you to go over and download some templates to help you get started on your ideal customer, as well as that checklist for creating your own marketing funnel sequences as well. So if you found this video valuable, please feel free to go share it by clicking the button below. Please remember to come join me over on my Facebook community as well, where we openly talk about any topics or any other issues that you want to discuss on there. Again, if you have any video suggestions, please either leave them in the comments below this video, or like I said, come and join us over there and leave some comments in there as well. And I'm actually changing things up a little bit. So instead of producing a video every Tuesday, I'm actually going to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm actually going to be trying to release a video every single day for at least 90 days. I want to kind of challenge myself here and get at least 90 days videos, purely because it's going to be massively beneficial for me. But I'm hoping it's also massively beneficial for you guys up there watching it as well. Hopefully you can learn more faster. You can start implementing things quicker. So that'd be fantastic if you do that. It's just some will be short, of course, some because some might just be a couple of tips. Others will be quite long how-to guides. So if you really want to stay on top of your game and learn new techniques, tips, and tricks all the time, every single day, please remember to subscribe to the channel right now, and make sure you do hit that little notification bell so you never miss a beat. But that's everything from me. So again, like I said, I'll not be seeing you next Tuesday. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So speak then. Bye-bye.